What's going on, guys? I'm back with a brand new suggestion box review for you guys. And I just watched a movie called Contracted, starring Nahara Townsend, Alice McDonald, and Matt Mercer. First of all, it's been such a long time, but you know what I gotta do now. I gotta give the huge shout out to the one, the only, Cheryl Burton. Okay? Keep those suggestions coming as usual. Good job. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. I appreciate that. First of all, whatever happened to Mena Suvari? Okay? As far as I can remember, it was 1999 and American Beauty came out. All right. This was a role where she played the friend of the lead character and she was trying to sleep with her friend's dad. You can't. What a way to come out. What a way to do your first role. It wasn't her first role, but it's the one I remember. All right. And I haven't forgot it yet. All right. In that same year, American Pie came out. Immediate classic in comedy. All right. She didn't play a huge role in the movie, but she was surrounded by an ensemble cast of hilarious people. All right. And bear with me, you'll start to see a pattern with that. Okay. Moving on. It was in 2000. Loser came out. This is a highly underrated movie. Trust me. Hilarious. Not only is Mena Suvari in it, but Jason Biggs is also in there playing this awkward guy from the country who's trying to adapt to the city life, and he's doing a horrible job of that. And it doesn't take that much for Jason Biggs to pull that off. Okay. Then in 2001, American Pie 2 came out. I forgot the premise of that movie, but just know that she's in that one too. Another American Pie. Because also within the same year, Sugar and Spice came out, which was a cheerleader movie about robbing a bank. Pattern. You see the pattern coming here? All right. She was a cheerleader in American Beauty as well. It's typecasting at its best. Or should I say worst? Okay. Also within that same year, Spun came out. Now this movie is also underrated. I've never in my life seen a movie go into the life and style of meth heads. And they don't hold anything back. And Mena Suvari has a big role in this movie because she does something I've never seen in a comedy until then. It involves a toilet. You must watch. All right? And then years after that, American Reunion came out. All right. And I want to say this. I think I know what happened. Either she got this American Pie curse that I really believe the rest of the cast got, except for Jason Biggs, because nobody else is doing anything. Nothing. Or she just keeps getting casted as the young girl. And of course, she's way past the time of doing that now. And she hit the wall in roles. All right. Sad, but either one could be happening right here. Okay. Let's get to that review. Contracted. For those who don't know, for those who are not aware, if you've never heard of this movie, I'm not gonna blame you. I'm not gonna blame you. This movie came out in, I'd say, 2013. It's been a long time, and I haven't heard nothing of this until I was told about this movie a couple of months ago, maybe a month ago. I'm not sure. All right, and apparently there's a part 2. I didn't hear that. No one spoke a word of this. Okay, so I won't blame you this. I won't penalize anyone for this one. All right. Contracted. It's pretty much a movie about this girl named Sam who's had some trouble in her past with drugs and trying to kick the habit, and she doesn't have very good friends either that she hang around to be any kind of influence. By the way, but she's at this party and she's trying to get over her yearning for her new girlfriend that will not pay attention to her. It's all these guys hitting on her. She's steady swatting guys off like flies until this one guy breaks her down, gets her in the car, they have sex. Something terribly wrong occurs here. All right? Because the next day that she wakes up, she's bleeding out of that bottom area. What kind of venereal disease is that? All right? And that's the premise of the movie. Positives. I noticed one thing about this movie, if I didn't notice anything else. There was a cycle going on, like a mean-spirited cycle going on with this movie. Because Sam treated a lot of the guys that were trying to make moves on her and trying to seduce or trying to just be her friend. She treated them like crap. And she kind of treated her mother the same way. But there's a back and forth with that one. And in return, she had people that treated her like crap. And it kind of was a payback as we go on. We go deeper and deeper into this film, and we see how the tables turn, and she's no longer that pretty girl anymore. All right, and people are treating her like everybody's treating her like crap. Like she's just a plague. Okay, so I like that concept of the movie right there. All right. Another positive about this. Okay. There's just uneasy feel that I got watching her go through the transformation of whatever she had contracted. Okay. And it's not normal. This is not your normal venereal disease. So there's a lot of physical change, and just watching her go through this pain, and each day she doesn't know what's going to happen because everything is just falling out. Okay, just the way that they did it, I was actually on the edge. I was actually on the edge, like, oh my God. Something else? What now? What now? Just go to the hospital. Go. I screamed, go to the hospital so many times. I was about to lose my mind. I couldn't take it. It really had, if I was sitting in a chair, it would have had me on the edge of my chair. Okay? Just wondering what's going to happen. What is she going to lose next? What is going to fall off her body next? Because that metamorphosis she was going through, crazy. Just ridiculous. All right, it's painful to watch, but in a good way, because you know the movie is doing its job. If you feel uneasy watching this, trust me on that. All right. Last positive. There was a particular reason that she was going through the changes she was going through. All right. I cannot say the complete outcome of it, but when you find out what's really going on, it's mind-blowing that they were very creative with this. I've never seen this kind of movie done this way. I say this kind of movie because I really can't say what kind of movie it really turns out to be. But once you find out, it's like, so we're coming from that angle with this genre of horror. We're coming from that angle. All right? So And halfway through, you kind of, almost towards the end when it's about to be revealed, you barely start to get, oh, I get what's going on, because she does a certain thing that's very odd that only this or that type of whatever does. Not gonna say. So it's just like, oh, I really like the angle they went. I really like the angle they went with this whole premise. Okay, kudos to that, man. That they put their head, they put a lot into that. They put a lot of thought into that reveal. Okay, love that. Negatives. Out the box. Needless to say, not needless, but you kind of almost expect it with something nobody ever heard of before. The acting was a bit shabby. All right, some people were trying their best. Trust me, some people were trying all their might to act, but it was a bit bland. It was a bit bland. There was some fumbling going on there with the lines. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what was going on. But if this is a certain way you're supposed to act when this is going on, they didn't complete that mission. All right, they didn't really kill the movie completely, but I could tell. All right, just saying. Another negative, and a huge negative, that it took some toll on my judgment with this movie. Everyone's reaction to her transformation and what she was going through, and the decaying of the teeth falling out, and blood coming out of the lower region. No one reacted the way they're supposed to react. Okay, when she finally went to the doctor after I yelled, "Go to the doctor" 1,000 times. I think she went to a gynecologist or a clinic, a free clinic. I'm not sure where she went, but this doctor, his reaction to it was like, "Oh, just here, take this vaginal cream and go home and apply that." And man, bro, she's bleeding down there. She's bleeding out of that. All right? Vaginal cream is not going to do it. Vaginal cream is not going to cut it. Okay? I couldn't understand why a doctor would just act like that. Bro, this is an emergency. For real. Speaking of emergencies, her boss didn't treat this like he should have. Okay, she told her boss, "I'm sorry, I need some time off. This is an emergency. I'm not feeling good." Blah, 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 blah. Boss still told her to come in. When he saw how her eyes were looking, that's when he started to be like, "Oh my God, is that pink eye? That's a bad case of pink eye." Bro, tell me why he still made her go out there and wait tables. Why? What is the worst restaurant? What restaurant is this? I don't want to eat there. I don't want to eat at that restaurant. Trust me. And there are other reactions to her situation that were just mind-boggling, and you make you question, what town were they in? Was there something in the drinking water, or were they? What? Why would you? You see how she looks, and she has to smell. I couldn't understand. I couldn't understand the reactions to what was going on with her. Last negative. She really had some issues with what she was going through, as far as, things are falling out. Teeth are falling out. The eyes are bloodshot, right? And so then her mom sees a chunk of hair fall out the back of her head, right? So tell me why no more hair fell out through the rest of the movie. The metamorphosis didn't follow through. It didn't follow through. It didn't. if one chunk of hair falls out, more hair should be falling out. More teeth should be falling out. Not just the teeth just turn all black. All your teeth should pretty much be gone. Non-existent. I did not understand that at all. It made absolutely no sense that her body chose to let certain things decay and not just every day constantly just fall apart till she was nothing. And then they were counting days. I think they stopped counting days at one point. I could be wrong. I don't know. But with that all said, man, you know what? I'm giving this a hell yes. Yes, a hell yes, because I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen anything like this. That's what saved this movie. This movie is one of a kind. Trust me. It's one of a kind. It's something you've never seen in a horror. Not like that. All right? I need you to press that like button, share this, and you better subscribe.